Hey, what is up, Master Duel fans? Welcome back. And Anti-Spell Festival has begun. So, in this context of out of all the decks to choose for the Anti-Spell Festival, I am traveling back in time to go visit my roots of the tribal area of Amazonas with a little built-in synchro style. So, anywho, based on his hand, for going first or second, I think this hand is fine. Normal summon Princessa, who is also Amazonas Queen. Princessa getting Onslaught and one set. Could be literally anything. Up against Blue Eyes, so Stone of Ancient summoned, Sage with Eyes of Blue tossed out, Dragon Spirit of White special banishes Onslaught, Dragon Spirit of White over Amazonas Queen, Little Queen, and Stone of Ancients specials out Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. Top deck's Ghost Ogre, but doesn't do as much, so evenly match. Chaining Heavy Storm Duster. Target up to 2 spell traps anywhere on the field, kill him. You can't do no battle phase the turn you do this. And the 2 targets he hit were the set and evenly. You do realize you lose everything, right? And non-fusion area, no one fusion summons. See ya! Dawn effect. Ditch the other evilly. And then the opponent realized that he should have not destroyed evenly match, and the Blue Eyes player scooped. And this next challenge, based on his hand, it's something. Ascator Dawnwalker. Almost forgot about this guy. Dawnwalker and Duskwalker do the exact same effects, but the thing is, it has to be the specific tuners amongst the partners, and the turn I do the effect, I'm locked into synchros. So Dawnwalker here, discard 1 card, special this guy from the hand in defense, then you can specifically special 1 Fire Ant Ascator from hand or deck. As for Fire Ant Ascator, when this card gets killed by battle and sent to the graveyard, target 1 level 5 monster in your graveyard, special it out. But effects are negated, also send it to the graveyard during the end phase of this turn. Normal summon Spy. Sink 6 into the anti-spell format's Destroyer. Naturia Barkion. 1 Earth Tuner and 1 or more non-tuner Earths to make it. And for an odd reason, Fire Ant Escator is indeed an Earth. So the case about Barkion is, when a trap card is activated, not the effect of the trap, but a trap card is activated as a quick effect, banish 2 from grave, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. He must remain face up at all times in order for this effect to work. Setting 3 and pass. And looking at the graveyard, not as much to do. Switch to Dawnwalker to attack. Normal summon Amazonas Fighter. Ring of Destruction on Barkion, but Barkion says not gonna happen. Good Goblin of Housekeeping. or Good Goblin Housekeeping. Draw cards equal to the number of Good Goblin Housekeeping cards in your graveyard plus 1. Then select one card from your hand and return it to the bottom of the deck. Lucky for us, we opened up Double Ash, which makes the graveyard filler a lot more easier said than done. Ash has Chainlink 4. Fighter for 15, Mirror Force. But lucky for the Ash ditching, Barkion has extra cards in the graveyard to banish. 23 and 25. 2 together for Mrs. Radiant. And that makes one more trap negation with just Barkion. Normal summon Ash. Sage with Eyes of Blue ditch. Ash in hand once again. And then the opposing player scooped. And this next challenge, looking at this hand, I'd say it's easy enough. Okay. Amazement Attractions. So, Amazement Attendant Kamika. When this card is normal summoned, straight up set one attraction trap from the deck. And as a quick effect, target one of your attraction traps equipped to a monster. Equip it to one amazement monster you control or one face-up monster your opponent controls. And then the secondary effect is once. Setting Amaze Attraction Cyclocoaster. And the way how the amazement attraction cards work is that obviously trap heavy based archetype that deals with you or your opponent's turn. So Cyclocoaster. Target one amazement monster you control or one face-up monster your opponent controls and equip it to it. And depends on whose turn it is, that's what it gets to do. You, as in your turn, target one spell trap your opponent controls, send, not destroy, but send both it and this card to the graveyard. Otherwise, your opponent's turn, add one amazement monster from deck to hand, and if you do, send this to the grave. And of course, we have plenty amazement cards to go around. So, Amazement Ambassador Bufo. When this card is normal summoned, target one attraction trap in your graveyard and one face-up monster your opponent controls, equip that trap to your opponent's monster. As a quick effect, target one of your attraction traps equipped to a monster, equip it to one amazement monster you control or one face-up monster your opponent controls. And then the secondary effect of Bufo is hard once. And then Amazement Attendant or Amazement Assistant Delia. Her effect is reveal one attraction trap in your hand, special summon this, then send one attraction trap from hand or face-up field to the graveyard, set one attraction trap straight from the deck in your spell trap zone. So basically, Delia is the Amazonian spy for the first effect, and then the secondary effect is literally Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Rooster in terms of replacing amazement traps. Amazement Administrator Arlecchino. Once per turn, banish any number of attraction traps from the graveyard, then target that many cards your opponent controls, kill them. And then each of the following effects once per turn. If a trap card is activated outside of the damage step, no matter what trap card it is, special summon this from the hand. So Extender, or like a giant multi-faker. If your opponent normal or specials a monster outside of the damage step, target one of those face-up monsters they control, equip one attraction trap from your target or from your deck to that target. And because this is the anti-spell festival, normally we don't go over spell cards, but for the sake of public knowledge, we'll do that. So the way how the spells and traps work is that they usually revolve around during your turn or your opponent's turn. Amazement Precious Park. During your main phase, activate one attraction trap the turn it was set. So Temple of the Kings of the archetype. During the end phase, set one attraction trap you control equipped to a monster to the graveyard, then target one of your attraction traps with a different name that is banished or in your graveyard, reset that card. And then, Amazing Time Ticket. Pay 800 life, and depends on whose turn it is, it gets those effects. During your turn, search for a amazement card, spell trap included. Opponent's turn, set one attraction trap straight from your deck, and it can be activated this turn. Amazement Special Show. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets an amazement monsters more than one you control, target one of those amazement monsters you control, return to the hand, then you can special one amazement monster from your hand. So basically, this is the dramatic rescue of the amazement archetype. Amazement Family Faces. Target one monster your opponent controls equipped with your attraction traps, equip this card to it. While equipped, take control of it. So Widow Anchor. While you control the equipped monster, extra 500 attack. You cannot activate its effects, and it is also treated as an amazement monster. Amaze Attraction Wonder Wheel. Target one amazement monster you control or one face-up monster your opponent controls. Equip this card to it. And then, depends on whose turn it is, it gets those effects. Your turn, during the main phase, place one card from hand on the bottom of the deck, then draw one. Otherwise, if it's your opponent's turn, switch the equipped monster's current attack and defense until the end of this turn. So shield and sword in this context. Amaze Attraction Majestic Merry-Go-Round. Target one amazement monster you control or one face-up monster your opponent controls, equip to it. Then, depends on whose turn it is, it gets to do those effects. Your turn, the equipped monster gains extra 5, and it is a saving grace of battle or card effects by setting it to the grave instead. Your opponent's turn loses 500 attack for each of your attraction traps equipped to a monster. Amaze Attraction Rapid Racing. Target one amazement monster you control or one face-up monster your opponent controls, equip to it. Okay, so basically all of them shares the same thing, which I now realize about the first effect. And once again, you or your opponent's turn, it does something. Your turn, target one card in your opponent's graveyard, change the equipped monster's battle position, and if you do, shuffle that target back to the deck. Otherwise, your opponent's turn, increase the equipped monster's level by 1 until the end of this turn, and if you do, change his battle position. Amaze Attraction Horror House. Same thing on the amazement or opponent's face-up monster equipped to it. If it's your turn, target one effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effect. So effect Veiler only on your turn, and otherwise on your opponent's turn, change the equipped monster to face down defense. So Book of Moon in the context. So Horror House is effect Veiler on your turn and Book of Moon on your opponent's turn. Quite an amazing card. Oh yeah, see, puns aside too. And then Amaze Attraction Viking Vortex. amazement monster you control or face-up monster your opponent controls, equip to it. And then, same thing with you or your turn. Your turn, once per turn, whenever an opponent's monster declares an attack, negate the attack, and if you do, change control of the equipped monster until the end of the battle phase. So a built-in battle phase Widow Anchor with the attack negation. Otherwise, on your opponent's turn, when the equipped monster activates its effects, kick it back to the hand. Ridiculousness. And nonetheless, that is every single amazement attraction cards going through. And let's get back to the show. And 2 sets. Activates Dawnwalker, ditch Baby Tiger, special it, and fire Ant Escator. Cyclocoaster. Cyclocoaster go for the search, but Ash keeps the Cyclocoaster in check. Normal Princess. Activate Baby Tiger. Quick plays Kamika's effect. Chain 4 Impermanence on Princessa. Baby Tiger comes back. Sink to 6 for Naturia Barkion. Viking Vortex activates, but Barkion negates it. Since Naturia Barkion is out, it's basically the game will instantly end as long as Barkion exists. Another Kamika setting Majestic Merry-Go-Round. Yep, Majestic Merry-Go-Round. And another set. Dawnwalker and Baby Tiger for Radiant. Radiant over Kamika. Naturia Barkion for 3,000. Normal summons Ambassador Bufo. Equipped to Barkion. Merry-Go-Round activates. Barkion negates Merry-Go-Round. Cyclocoaster activates. Just to add an amazement monster. The boss of Arlecchino. Ice Dragon's Prison activates. Lucky for us, Ghost Bell in hand. And 1 set. You know what? I never even realized that Bufo is actually an Earth. So, Bufo over Radiant. Congratulations on that one. Radiant grabs Princess. Top decks Dawnwalker, ditch evenly. Specials another Ant. Normal Princess. Princess getting Onslaught. Sink 8. Draco Berserker up to 10 Yi. And then the Amazement Player scooped. And this next challenge, this hand, I say it's something. Dawnwalker, ditch Baby Tiger. Special it and fire Ant. Duskwalker, ditch Evenly Match. Special it and Supe. Now Supe here, almost forgot before I synced off. When it comes to Supay, when this card is sent from field to graveyard by a card effect, special one Oracle of the Sun from the deck. Note, I do not have Oracle of the Sun in the main deck. And if you do, double its attack. Also, return it to the hand during the end phase of the turn. Sink 6 into Moondragon Keela, Supay, and a non-tuner. Most cases, the Supay package. Moondragon Keela. If this card is targeted for an attack, gain life equal to half the attacking monster's attack. If this card on the field gets killed, reborn, target and reborn Sun Dragon entity in your graveyard. Sink the 2 into Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. And 1 set. Normal summon Traptrix Mantis. Getting Traptrix Dionea. Show me the Sarah. And there's Traptrix Sarah. There's the Parallel XC. Hot Red negates Sarah just in case if he has a Shade Brigadine. And then Amazoness Willpower, which I should have never used it that early to revive the baby tiger. But you know, I have to activate a trap card just in case either Sarah or Shade Brigadine will come up. But right now, no traps in graveyard, so he could have a Shade Brigadine in hand. And then Traptrix Sarah, on the other hand, it's been a long minute about going up against Traptrix, so let's see. If a normal trap card, that's not what I really thought it was. So apparently, I shotgunned the willpower way too early on. But in fairness, Hot Red negating Sarah was meant for no more extension of Traptrix plays. But anywho, the first Parallel XC put up with the second copy just to make Time Thief Redoer. Redoer over Baby Tiger, once again, should have never shotgunned the willpower too early. Top deck Spy, Redoer, gets a monster. And because this is anti-spell format, the spell effect does not count. So he only has monsters. So that means Redoer is basically an escape rope. Switch Dawnwalker to attack. Dawnwalker over Sarah. Hot Red over Redoer. Redoer escapes. Redoer or Hot Red for 32. Hot Red bring back Fire Ant. Normal Summon Spy. The game instantly ends with Naturia Barkion. Redoer takes a trap. Place one face-up card your opponent controls on the top of the deck. So spin moves to the top, basically. Normal summons Dionea. Reborn the Mantis, which is fine. Show me Sarah. Dionea into Sarah. Redoer spin moves something, but Hot Red negates it. Break off Trap Hold. When a Link monster is Link summoned, destroy all monsters everywhere on the field that are not linked to it. But once again, Naturia Barkion exists. Didn't think so to go higher than 4. Vesiculo activates, sending Gravedigger. Sarah activates, resetting or setting Floodgate straight from the deck. Oh my goodness. Underworld Goddess. Pinpoint Dash. Here we go. Each player reveals one face down card from their extra deck. If they are the same type, Fusion, Synchro, XZ, or Link, send your opponent's card to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon your card. Then, if the cards have the same original type and attribute, your opponent loses life equal to the revealed card's attack. Otherwise, send your card to the graveyard, and if you do, your opponent special summons their card. Alright, y'all. No gamble, no future. I think he's most likely going to reveal a Synchro monster. So to ensure the fact that he already has a Link monster out, I'm guessing he's gonna have to reveal a Synchro for that matter. Otherwise, alright, we're calling on Avramax. We're calling Avramax. Let's go. Avramax. And a Shatterfoil Baron. That's wild. Okay. If they are the same one, send your opponent's card to the graveyard. Apparently, they are not the same. So therefore, I get the free Mech Knight on the field. So thank you very much. And Baron goes to graveyard. Underworld Goddess over Dawnwalker because of the effect negation for the Link summon. Oh, and by the way, as you guys noticed that Underworld Goddess went after Dawnwalker instead of Avramax, it is because when Underworld Goddess was summoned, he activates the on-summon effect followed by the pinpoint dash. Just so that not only I get that free Avramax, but because his effects are negated, it makes it so that Underworld Goddess can go after any other monster for the attacks for now. And of course, the opposing players scoot. And looking at this hand for this next matchup, Barf, normal Princess, getting the Onslaught, set 1 and pass. Set to 2, Time Gazer and Scale, summon Skullcrab Joker, getting Purple Poison Magician, Pendulum Shotgun 2 through 7, Archfiend Eccentric, and Double Iris. The Evil Dark Rebellion. Most cases, its real name, Supreme King Dragon Dark Rebellion. 2 level 4 Dark Pendulum monsters. Once per turn, before damage calc, if this card battles an opponent's monster, detach 1. Until the end of this turn, change the attack to 0, and if you do, this card gains that much attack, equal to the original. So basically, this card kills people. During the battle phase, as a quick effect, return this card to the extra, special summon up to 2 face-up Supreme King Dragon and or Gate Pendulums from the extra in defense. Most cases, Evil Dark Rebellion is out on a hunt to kill. Activate Onslaught on battle phase. Special Amazoness Tiger, which he's forced to go after. Evil Dark Rebellion banishes, as well as Tiger hitting to the graveyard. Princessa over Archfiend. Time Gazer's unable to use us traps. Ditch Supe. Ice Dragon's Prison. Reviving the Tiger. Special Big Queen. Same battle. Over Archfiend. DD Crow. The Double Iris. And the trap card banishes the Archfiend Eccentric. Now, normally when it comes to Time Gazer, obviously, if it ever battles, or if a Pendulum monster were to battle, your opponent cannot activate trap cards until the end of the damage step. So to get around that thing, I have to activate something else to make sure that the trap card goes completely off 100%. And if you guys notice that Tiger's attack stat did not go up, it is because of Ice Dragon's Prison. Once specialed, its effects are negated. Shifting Tiger to defense mode, and that's that. Random fun fact. Ghost Bell is a Earth tuner, so once again, the game instantly ends. Heavy Storm Duster between Onslaught and Purple Poison? No! You're not gonna kill my whole field. And Big Queen gets in for 24. Drew into Swordswoman, super nice. Normal summon Supe, 25, 24, and Supe for lethal. Exact lethal. And then this hand for the next match, I'd say it's something. So 3 set and pass. 3 set and pass. Anti-spell format, ladies and gentlemen. Normal summon fighter. Activates Onslaught. Special the Big Queen. 15. And I'm taking 29 off from Dimension Wall, which is literally Swordswoman of a trap. Should be the Big Queen for Thunder King Kaiju. Normal summon Leonis. Leonis into Magius, which is gonna get striped, by the way, because up against Crusadia Kaijus. Specials. The Jizukiri Kaiju, willpower the Queen, so that fighter is not dying by battle. That is unless folks floodgated trap hole. And why on earth would you flip up the Queen in the first place? It makes it so that her battle immunity to all Amazonas is live. And on top of that, because you ran over a Amazonas, that Jizukiri gets banished. Also, fun fact, by the way, when the floodgate was activated to Book of Moon, my Amazonas Queen, once that monster was flipped face up, it cannot change its battle position regardless whether if it was face down or flipped face up, because floodgate trap hole was, or Big Queen was affected by floodgate trap hole. Therefore, until Big Queen gets off the field, she cannot change battle positions. Top deck the Ash, but we'll save it for good use. Thunder King for 33, Fighter 15. Normal summon another Leonis. Leonis for Magius. Special the Godarla Kaiju. Magius search. Ash keeps Magius in check. Magius and Godarla for Regulex at 43. Regulex over Fighter. First of all, Big Queen is still there, so not dying by battle. Second of all, no battle damage involving Fighter. And third of all, you ran over an Amazoness. Say goodbye to Regulex in the banish pile. Activate Onslaught at battle phase. Special Swordswoman. Last card was Floodgate Trap Hole. An attack for game with his own Kaiju. And this hand is quite alright in this next one. Spy, Reveal Tiger, Baby Tiger. Baby Tiger, special. Normal Princessa. Princessa, get Onslaught. And 2 set. Who also goes by the Little Queen because of the on-field. Now, Allies Revolution in the scale effect specifically. Normally, players tend to toss out Revolution just to get the search of a level 8 or lower Dragon Pendulum. But now that Revolution Dragon is in the scale, it makes it so that you cannot Pendulum Summon monsters unless they are dragons. And that Pendulum Summon can't be negated. And while it's on the scale, target one Dragon Fusion, Synchro, or Exile in your graveyard, kill this, and if you do, special the target. Normal summon Celestial Magician. Celestial over Princessa. Flips her Onslaught, but no summon yet. Onslaught banish Celestial Magician. Onslaught gets out Sage. End phase, Willpower, revive, Little Queen. Little Queen getting another copy of Onslaught. Spy and Princess for Mrs. Radiant. Heavy Storm Duster. And Ice Dragon's Prison. And I'm going to lose my Sage, unfortunately, but it's well worth it. Also, thanks for killing Onslaught. You just literally put my monster back into the game. 19, 13, and 12. One set. Normal summons. Performer Pal, Duelist, Extraordinaire. Level 4, Light, Spellcaster, 18 attack, 400 defense, and a scale of 8. Pendulum effect. Once per turn at the start of the damage step, if a monster battles a monster, return this card to the hand, and if you do, banish one spell from your deck. For that battle, your monster cannot be killed. Also, the battle damage you take gets cut in half. While it's in the actual monster zone, when this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, add one Supreme King Dragon, Supreme King Gate monsters, or Soul of the Supreme King from deck to hand. Once per turn during the standby phase, activate this effect. Each player can banish one spell from the deck. Okay, so that effect does not count because we are in anti-spell format. Once per turn, when a monster declares an attack, activate this effect. The attacked player can apply the following effect. Add one of your banished spells to your hand, then discard it. And if you do, negate that attack. Okay, that last effect does not count either because anti-spell format. Duelist Extraordinaire attacks Tiger, Baby Tiger. Well, it's Tiger now, and then Tiger hits Graveyard, but Duelist Extraordinaire banished. Adds Supreme King Dragon Dark Worm. And that is basically game. And what's even more funny enough is that on my last turn, I originally wanted to go Radiant and Baby Tiger for Daruma, and then pop Onslaught, pop Scale, and it makes it so that it made me think I really wanted to turn off the Floodgate side effect, but I said to myself, nah, let's leave that alone so that he's literally locked into dragons and nothing but dragons in terms of pendulum summons. Normal summon Supei, and that is lethal. So guys, that's gonna do it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated, and I'll catch you guys next time.